around B2B tech marketing, we're a bit too metric obsessed. So over the past few years, we've had a lot of technology that has helped give us all the data that we need to make decisions when it comes to marketing. And in some cases, it's almost too much. We have attribution data, dashboards, predictive analytics, and all of that has made marketers smarter at making decisions, but in some ways it's also made things a bit more confusing, more fuddled, more, people on different pages, different numbers, and that has, made the decisions that we're making in marketing maybe not as effective. And so I think there's a fine line that we can straddle when it comes to using metrics in marketing, specifically marketing ops team owning that metrics. But for all of marketing, I think there's a difference between being too metric obsessed versus being smart when it comes to data and how we use it. So I think the first thing when it comes to data is, yes, it's important. We should make our decisions based on that, and the best metric for that is revenue. We talk about that a lot. There's, a case to make for the benefit of an MQL or other reports, but really when it comes down to it, you want to see one, pipeline being generated, and then also, revenue. That's what's going to drive your business. And so if you're reporting on how your marketing influences revenue, that's going to be the best way to see what's actually driving the business forward. However, I do think though, when it comes to creating your marketing plan or when it comes to assessing your marketing, sometimes you need to look outside the obvious metrics that you have. In some cases, that means even looking at qualitative data instead of quantitative data. I talked about this in the 2020 predictions video, if you want to go back and look at that. But I think that in some cases, one of the best ways to capture information is straight from the source. So if you have in your sales process a salesperson's ability to just ask, how did you find out about us? What made you buy the product? What about the product do you like? That's all data that can help different teams in marketing, choose what channels to invest in, choose what features to work on, and also what, parts of the product they should create content around or advertise to people. And so qualitative data can actually really be effective when coming up with your marketing plan. But all of that is hard to get into these dashboards. How do you get that into a dashboard? How do you get that into these number-driven reports? It's really hard to. So if we balance out those metrics that we're getting with like pipeline revenue attribution, with qualitative data, we can just make smart decisions about marketing. And then I think there's still a little bit that, makes the case for going with your gut. So there are times where you're going to enter a new marketing channel, something you haven't done before, but in your gut, you might feel like it's going to work. You're not going to have any of these reports that tell you this is the right channel to go invest in because you haven't done it before. And so don't be afraid to, explore those channels. Those could be something that can, have its reward. Go with your gut. And if it doesn't work out, then you can always, not do it again. So PSA announcement to all you marketers, let's try and use metrics and use data, but not think about how they need to be in this rigid cookie cutter, set. It doesn't have to be something that you draw from a dashboard. Metrics or analytics to help you make decisions can come from totally different places. And sometimes you're not going to get a direct tie to a marketing activity that drives pipeline or drives revenue. As long as you see those numbers going up and up, it's pretty obvious that marketing's probably doing its job, and so is sales. And that's what a whole team can agree on. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video.